Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm G, and we just found out that Mr. Brown was a rounder for CERN, which was super awesome, and then he killed himself. And Nye has disappeared, so we get to see what's going on with that in just a moment. So, without any further ado, let's begin. So the manager was FB. First we take Mocha back to her apartment. There, I explained to Kurisu what happened. Mocha didn't say a word on the way back. Now she's sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. It must have been quite a shock to her to hear Tanoji's, FB's, confession. The one person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. But were Tanoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated. No exceptions. That's what FB said. But in that case, why wasn't Mocha killed? Hey, Mocha. It's possible that FB did what he did so you could live. Maybe he didn't abandon you. Maybe by pushing you away, he was trying to keep you safe. This may just be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tanoji did care for her, that there was a place for Mocha somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Mocha? Maybe I'm just soft. Okabe, we need to send the email now. Kurisu's expression is grave. Miss this chance and you could be in a lot of trouble. Kurisu had the same thought as me. Your goal is to save Mayuri, not take revenge on CERN, right? I don't want anyone else to be hurt because of the machine we built. Yeah, you're right. FB's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this world line. It's only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the email immediately. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tanoji will still be alive. Mocha will still be in contact with FB. And at last, the IBM 5100 will return to me. I just need to think about saving Mayuri, and all will be well. Do you think Daru's still in the lab? I'll try calling. I send the same message I tried to send earlier from Mocha's phone. Only this time, it will be from FB's phone. When Mocha sees it, she'll believe it to be an order from FB. Knowing her dependence on FB, she'll obey without question. It makes me sick to be taking advantage of Mocha's vulnerabilities like this. How am I any different from FB? He said he'll be there in 5 minutes. So we just wait until then. By the way, something weird happened back there. After closing her phone, Kurisu glances at Mocha and lowers her voice. While I was waiting outside, I heard a gunshot. And right after that, I saw her. Her? Who? I ask even though I already know the answer. There's only one person it could be. Nai-chan. Uh-oh. She ran out the back door. When I called her to stop, our eyes met. Kurisu bites her lip as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, then Nai saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. What? There's a knock on the door. Someone's here. Who? Mocha, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. This is wrong. The timing's too perfect. Today, Kirimoka dies. This world line has already approved that fate. Has it come for her already? Mocha reaches for the doorknob. Wait, don't! I try to stop her. But too late, Mocha is already turning the doorknob. The door opens slowly. And there stands... Hi! An innocent greeting. A child's voice, familiar. How'd she find this place? How'd she get here? Why'd she come here? She ran away. Our eyes met. Right after I heard the gunshot. Jesus! Ah! I stepped up to Mocha. Mocha's body blocks my view. The next instant, Mocha drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. Ah! An innocent laugh. Ah! Hands dyed with blood. A cleaver in her hand. No way! Yes way! Nai's lip twist into a victorious sneer. She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nai? I won't forgive you. The venom in her voice chills me to the bone. Daddy died because of you. I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you with my own 2 hands. Kursu and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a muscle. Okabe Rintaro? My heart skips a beat. I feel like someone just walked over my grave. I'll come for you in 15 years. I hope you spend them quivering in terror. Ah! Nai tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. I hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. What the hell was that? A demon? Was she possessed? My entire body is shaking. I have to struggle just to move a finger. What about Moeka? Moeka's clothes are soaked in blood. There's a gaping wound in her abdomen where Nai stabbed her. Calm down! Kursu yells for me to come to my senses, and then she takes out her phone. Check on Kiryu-san. I'll call an ambulance. No, wait, before that. Maybe you should just send the D-mail. Even now, Kursu is calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know that she's right. Once I send the D-mail, this world line will be undone. I know that, but still I run to Moeka's side. When I lift her into my arms, I see that her chest is already covered in blood. Moeka! She's my enemy. Hang in there! She killed my Eri. Can you hear me? Moeka! I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet, I can't help but call her name. Because in a sense, she's a victim too. Moeka slowly opens her eyes. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. She tries to speak, but her voice catches in her throat. I bring my ear closer to her lips. I killed someone precious to you. Yes, you did. Countless times. Not on this world line, but on others. This is my punishment. The will of fate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I silently squeeze Moeka's hand. Moeka doesn't squeeze back. She no longer has the strength. I had nothing except FB. The only place I belonged. I would kill to protect it. You're right to hate me. I'm sorry. I forgive you. The words come to my lips unbidden, but as soon as I speak them, I understand why. Moeka does not kill my Eri on this world line. Even if she could, it would not happen until tomorrow. This Moeka, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet, even now, she says I'm sorry. How can I not answer her? I forgive you. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Moeka will not cure Nai's hate, neither will Moeka's death. I don't even know if I truly mean what I'm saying. But still, I remember what Kurisu said. My goal is to save my Eri, not avenge her. So here, now, I forgive you. The anguish seems to fade from Moeka's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Moeka's cheek. Her hand slips from my grasp. She is no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Moeka to rest on the floor. I place her purple phone in her hands. Okabe! Kurisu calls to me in a weak voice. I think you should send the D-mail. Everything's ready at the lab. Yeah. Moeka and FB are gone, but my Eri's fate remains unchanged. The universe still demands her death. Hey, Christina, when I send the D-mail and change divergence, do you think Mocha's fate will change? Based on the attractor field model you spoke of, she'll be more likely to live if divergence exceeds 1%. Sorry, I wish I knew what to say. Don't worry about it. I stand up. Mocha's blood clings to my hands. It won't come off even when I wipe it with a tissue. I stop trying and take out FB's phone. I nod to Kurisu. She calls Daru and tells him to activate the phone wave names to change. I take one last look at Mocha's body lying there. Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. At the beginning of all this, Mocha killed Mayuri. But now Mocha lies dead while Mayuri still lives. All because I changed the past. Mocha, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. I'm responsible for twisting your fate. And for twisting the fate of Tenoji Nai. I ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send the D-mail now, this world line will be undone. Nai's twisted fate will be corrected. There's no point in worrying about it. I should just think about Mayuri. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Of course it is. Send the D-mail. That's all I need to do. I want my fingers move. I already know what I need to do. And yet... Okabe? Wasn't there something strange about that girl? That girl? You mean Nai-chan? I nod. She was like a different person. What did she mean she'll kill me in 15 years? It bothers me. Does she know something? What was she implying? Don't worry about it, Okabe. Send the email right now. That'll solve everything. I put FB's phone into my pocket. I can't pretend I didn't see that. Nai's crime is partly my responsibility. And I need to know what she meant when she promised to kill me in 15 years. Oh, 15 years from now. Whatever. I'm time leaping. Back to the lab. Kurisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it. Our enemy? But... Kurisu glances at Mocha, then whispers into my ear. Isn't she our enemy? It's about 7 a.m., right? Huh? Well, yeah, but where did that question come from? After time leaping 4 hours back, I find myself in front of the station. This is right after Mocha and I met up with Kurisu after returning from Narita Airport. After this comes the Tenoji residence. Mocha is standing a few meters away, kicking the dirt in boredom. Mocha was dead just a few minutes ago, but now she's perfectly fine. I feel no surprise. I suspect I've grown accustomed to this particular facet of time travel. After all, I've seen Mayuri come back to life countless times already. There's one other thing experience has taught me. Today, Mocha and Tenoji will die, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I know it's cruel, but I didn't come back here to save them. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nai. We arrive in front of Tenoji's house, just like we did before I time leaped. But this time, I wait outside with Kurisu. Mocha enters alone, expressionless as ever. While we wait outside, I tell Kurisu what's about to happen. I also tell her to wait a little while after she hears the gunshot, and then go inside and take Tenoji's phone. It feels like an eternity passes in silence. And then... Kurisu gasps, her body goes stiff. There really was a gunshot! I immediately look around. Just as Kurisu told me, I see a girl coming out of the window. She walks away quickly, but at the same time taking care not to make a sound. That's not how a child acts after witnessing her father's death. Wait! Nai looks over her shoulder. She spears me with eyes full of hatred. That alone is enough to make me shiver. It's pitiful, but a tiny little girl is making me nervous. Something is very wrong here. This Nai is like a completely different person. I want to know her true identity. That's why I time leaped instead of sending the email. Nai is still running, ignoring my calls to stop. I run after her. Out of shape though I may be, I'm still more than a match for a 12-year-old girl. The distance between us quickly shortens. Nai keeps running, occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth in a very unchildlike manner. Normally, a child being chased by a man will cry and scream things like "stay away" or "help." But this girl says nothing. The only sound is her heavy breathing. Stop! I call out to her once more when she's nearly in arm's reach. Unexpectedly, Nai slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. Looks like she's realized she can't get away. From the sound of her breathing, she must be at her limit. We're alone. Kurisu and Mocha must still be at the house, and the streets are empty thanks to the Obon holidays. Perfect. I was afraid someone might report me as a child molester. Now I can get what I need to know out of this strange girl who looks like Nai. I call out to her as I catch my breath. Are you really Tanoji Nai? Nai glares at me as she catches her breath. You plan to kill Mocha after this, don't you? That's right. She punctuates her nonchalant reply with a cruel smile. That is not the face of a child. Revenge for your father? You and Mocha killed Daddy. Your dad killed himself. He blew his own brains out. He would have done it even if we hadn't been here. It's not our fault. I don't care. What? Mocha was there when Daddy died, but she didn't stop him. I won't forgive her. Nor you, Okarin-a. You weren't there, but Daddy wouldn't have died if you hadn't gotten involved. Wait, is she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100? How the hell was I supposed to know? But I won't kill you now. I can't. A tiny little girl, barely half my height, looks up at me with a smile that chills my blood. I'll kill you in 15 years. Keep living in fear until then. I get on my knees and grab Nai by the shoulders. I hold back my terror and meet her stare for stare. And yet, this girl doesn't even flinch. Who are you? She isn't Tanoji Nai. What do you mean you'll kill me in 15 years? Exactly what it sounds like. 15 years from now, I killed you. Killed? Why is she using past tense? Nai laughs once, a harsh and mocking sound. And she leans in and whispers. You still don't get it? Just now you asked who I am. I am Tanoji Nai, no doubt about that. But I remember the next 15 years. No. Did she? Time leap? Huh! Nai suddenly whips out a knife, catching me completely off guard. Nai drives the knife into the elbow of my right arm, which was grabbing her shoulder. Blood sprays onto Nai's face, but she doesn't even blink. Instead, she laughs. Just like she laughed when she killed Mocha. Damn it. The intense pain brings me to my knees. For a moment, I panic, but somehow I manage to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. This world line won't accept that. It's just like Nai said herself. It's not that she won't kill me. She can't. If she tried, something would surely interfere. Want to hear how I killed you? In the future, you were one of the founders of the resistance against CERN. But I captured you and imprisoned you and tortured you every which way I could think of. You cried and screamed and begged for your life, all while covered in piss and shit. You were one sorry sight, Okarin-a. After I ran out of things to you, I finally slit your throat and I stabbed you. Over and over and over again. So many times I don't even remember. That's how your life is going to end. That's your punishment for murdering Daddy. Nai grabs my arm and digs her tiny fingers into the wound. Ugh! My nerves burst into flame, not just in my arm but throughout my entire body. The pain forces the air out of my lungs in a blood-curdling scream. I can't shake off Nai's hands. I can't even move a finger against the pain. CERN confiscated your time leap machine. They kept it locked away for 15 years until I came for it. After I became a rounder and killed you, I used that machine to come all the way back here. It was hard, let me tell you. That piece of shit can't leap more than 48 hours at a time. To travel 15 years in 48-hour increments would take... Damn, I can't calculate through the pain. 2,738 leaps! I messed up a few times though, so it was really more like twice that. At least I kinda lost count after a while. Now I get it. When I came to this world line, I went back to the lab after learning of Mooka's suicide. And once I got there, I found evidence someone had used a time leap machine. So that was Nai's final time leap. Now I keep staring into my eyes as her fingers crawl deeper into my wound. I bite my lip in a desperate attempt to bear the pain. My blood won't stop flowing. It collects in a puddle and stains the asphalt dark red. Revenge was all I lived for. I won't let anyone get in my way. I will kill Kiryu with my own 2 hands. I won't let that bitch kill herself. She doesn't deserve to go out easy. You leaped 15 years just for that? She's insane. And it was Mooka and I who made her that way, who turned an innocent little girl into a creature of hatred starved for vengeance. We stole 15 years of her life. 15 years. I can't understand what it's like to live with such hatred for so long. Just for that? Nice slender fingers pry deeper into my wound, so deep I can feel her fingers against my bone. Oh, gross. It might not mean much to you, but to me, killing you two means everything. So you kill Mooka, but what comes next? Next? Are you gonna repeat those 15 years all over again? What do I care about those 15 years? There's nothing for me there. She does not cry. She does not sneer. Her voice is flat and emotionless as she speaks those words. There's nothing more I can say to this girl I destroyed. At last, Nai lets go of my arm. She looks in disgust at her hands, now covered in my blood. I don't need anything from you now. Just wait in fear and regret, Okarin-a, until I come for you in 15 years. I'm powerless to stop her from running away. Dry laughter leaks out of my mouth. That girl's disconnected from causality just like I am. I asked her what she would do after killing Mooka. She didn't answer. The first time she lived those 15 years, all she had was revenge. And after time leaping thousands of times, she exacted that revenge. How will she live out those 15 years the second time around? Will she kill me again? Will her revenge be complete then? Or will it continue forever until even she forgets why? The thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain? We built a time machine out of curiosity. We were fools. If not for her meddling, CERN would not have targeted us. Mayuri would not have died. Suzuha would not have had to time travel to the past. Ferris would not have lost her father twice. Rukuko would not have had to forsake her feelings for me. And Mooka would not have killed Mayuri. Okabe! Kurisu runs up to me. She turns pale at the sight of my bleeding arm. What happened? Are you okay? She kneels in front of me. Worry is etched on her face. The phone! I brought it, but... Kurisu hands me FB's phone. I take it and start typing out the mail with my left hand. Hey, tell me what happened, will you? Should I call an ambulance? Calm down. I'm gonna send the D-mail now. Right, if the world line changes then this wound will go away. Yes, but who cares about my wound? Tenoji's death, Mooka's death, and the damage to Nai's soul will all be undone. Stop search. PC unneeded. That's what matters. Stand by. I finish the mail and take a breath. Hey, why do you think Tenoji didn't kill Mooka? What do you mean? Any rounder who finds an IBN 5100 is silenced, no exceptions. That's what Tenoji said. In that case, the one who should have been eliminated first was Mooka. She found the IBN 5100 in the first place. And yet Tenoji cut contact with her instead. And when we exposed his true identity, he shot himself, not Mooka. I think he wanted to save Mooka. Perhaps that's just wishful thinking. Perhaps I'm just looking for an ounce of comfort in all this suffering. Even if that was Tenoji's intention, it was meaningless. Mooka will die today, whether by her own hand or Nai's, it doesn't matter. However, I hope it works out on the Beta World Line. They are the enemy. I should hate them for killing Mayuri. But in some sense, Tenoji, Mooka, and Nai are all just victims of my foolish experiments. I pray that they can live normal lives, at least on the Beta World Line. For their sake as well as Mayuri's, I must send this email. Sorry, Nye. Once the steam mill is sent, this world line will be undone. But I can't let you have your revenge. Mail sent. Oh boy! So that was a much shorter chapter than usual, but that was effectively the Moeka ending, question mark? Like, it was sort of a side thing, because we're still progressing on to the next chapter, but at the same time, we could have avoided it entirely by just sending the D-mail earlier. Man, that was a lot. That was fucked up, is what that was. Wow. Gonna need some time to think about that and ruminate on how I feel about that. Boy. Lord. Okay, but yeah. That is the end of this episode. I think that's a good place to cut it. So thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.